Today we're in the shop and we're going to build Thayers multi-tool. This is an antique tool. It was made in 1881 by William Henry Thayer. The wife saw a video online recently that showed a guy that found one of the original ones. They were originally cast, and they're a multi-purpose tool, kind of like a Swiss Army knife, but they're meant for picking up pots, pans, setting your iron on, all sorts of things. So she has sent me the original patent, and we are going to try to make a replica one today. Alright, so going off the original patent, we have drawn up a rough sketch of what this thing looks like. These are both little finger holes that you can grab onto. You can put your finger through this way and grab this handle, or vice versa. This is a meat tenderizer. This picks up pans. This picks up like buckets and such. This one, well, I think it's this one, tilts a pot when it's on its side. Anyway, a whole bunch of uses for this. But we've got it drawn up. The width is 5.5, the height is 4.6, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this out of some sheet metal and just make sure it's about the right size and make sure there is nothing crazy that's going on with this drawing, no random pierces or anything like that. So let's cut one out of sheet metal first and see how it goes. Alright, we got the first one cut out of sheet metal, obviously way too thin to be used practically. There's some things we like and don't like. We're going to work on this meat tenderizing section a little bit more and get them A, a little bit more uniform, B, a little bit more pointy, and C, put a little bit more gap in between them. Other than that, we're liking the basic shape of this. We have 5/8 scrap in shop, which is I think going to be more than enough for this. So we're going to load up a scrap piece of this and start cutting it. I have not done a whole lot of 5/8 cutting, so we're going to have to dial in the settings. We don't expect to get this right first time for a prototype such as this, but we'll cut one, see how it goes, see what we need to change, and then we'll cut as many as we need to get it dialed in. Okay, this is our first cut. The meat tenderizer obviously needs a whole bunch more work. Definitely not deep enough on the grooves, nor are they sharp enough. And again, need a little bit more help on the timing. I think this was my very first cut, and I was able to make a quick on the fly adjustment to the machine to get the other 3 cuts done. It's got quite a lot of bevel to it, so we're going to try slowing it down a little bit and increasing amperage and give it another go. Alright, attempt number 2. This one's looking significantly better. I still think we're going to sharpen these meat tenderizers up, but we got the depth in, we got the bevel closer. I still need to change a couple more amperage settings for the height. But other than that, this one was at least good enough to clean up. We don't like the weight of it. It's according to the original patent, this thing was 10 ounces. We're currently close to a pound. So we're going to try to thin up a lot of this stuff and see how thin we can get it and try to get some weight reduction on this if we're going to maintain the 5/8 thickness, which I think we should. But more to follow. All right, next one. We went too thin. We got the meat tenderizer closer, but obviously way too thin on all this stuff. So we're going to backtrack a half a thickness and from what it was, and see if we can't get it closer. This is the prototyping process. It's not perfect nor pretty, but this is how we make stuff. All right, next one. I don't know which one we're on. 5, 6. Anyway, we got the thickness narrowed down. We're liking that a lot. We're starting to like the meat tenderizer a lot more. The bevel's getting close. This piece right here in the center tilted up, so when the torch came around this backside here, it actually got knocked off, and that's why this is all garbled up. So we're going to give it one more cut and see how that looks. All right, a lot closer on this one, and definitely worth cleaning up. I think we're getting pretty close. I'm going to make one more adjustment and cut another one, but I think we're getting close. I'm going to send the wife over to the antique store next door, and she's going to start trying this out on some of them and making sure that these tangs will actually pick up some griddles and skillets and things like that. So we'll see what feedback she has for us, but as of now we're really liking where we're at. I'd say we're 90-95% there. All right, so far this thing's turning out pretty good. The only thing the wife said we needed to fix was this little part right here was not quite long enough for a bowl to go up inside here and for it to grab it turning this way. So we're gonna fix this little guy here. She's also worried about the taper going straight down. A lot of that's hard to get out because of the way plasma works. It's a swirl of wind, so you're always going to get some taper, especially on these thicker materials. But I'm going to play with a couple more settings and adjust this guy right here, and we're going to give it one more cut. We're starting to run out of real estate, but we're going to get it done. Okay, this is the one I did not just cut, but the one before. I'm going to try something really quick. This part right here needs to go straight down, and right now it's got a taper to it. So what I think I'm going to do so we're really happy with the one we just cut, and I have cleaned it up. But what I think I can do is just take an end mill here in the mill and stick it down in there and bump it sideways and notch this sucker out so that it'll work. So I'm going to try it first on this older one and see how well that works. If it works well, we'll do it for the other one and see how it goes. Okay, so the wife's over there at the antique store next door, and she is trying it out. She was really happy with how the milling turned out on the latest one. So as soon as she comes back, what we're going to do is she would like to, if it were up to me, I would just ship these raw as is. There's no need for a powder coating or anything like that, since the majority of what they're going to be touching is going to be hot. But she wants kind of a more uniform finish. So I think what we're going to try to do is sandblast them. And after it's sandblasted, she's going to do an attempt on seasoning it. We'll see how that goes. But when she gets back with that, I'm going to stick it in our sandblast cabinet. It's a Harbor Freight cabinet, and I haven't done all the mods on it to make it work right. It will work, but it's dreadfully slow. So we're going to get it blasted and go try to season it. Okay, it is the next morning. We sandblasted this guy. We milled out in here. You can still kind of see the shiny through it, and this has been seasoned. She seasoned it twice after it got sandblasted, once with olive oil and then baked it, and then she pulled it out, cooled it down, put olive oil on it again. just wiping it with a cloth on there, and then baked it again. We really like the finish. It turned out really nice. I don't think the lighting's doing it much justice. On this latest one, I did move the start point up here. I don't like it in that location. I would like a more uniform surface all the way around. So I think we're going to move this little notch somewhere else. Same thing with that one. I'm going to clean up my starts and ends a lot better. But this works perfectly now. The milling did its job, and the adjustment to bring it out a little bit more did its job. So it works great. We're going to go and take some video and some picture of it actually picking stuff up, and we're getting really happy with how this is turning out. We're starting to consider how we're going to package this and how much we're going to price it for. 5/8 steel. It's got plenty of thickness to it to set something down on top of. I think we're going to sell some, and I'm really excited with how this is turning out, and I'm really excited about the finish on these. So yeah, let's go next door and let's play with it. Stuff lined up.
Say Tin Man Soul.
Tin Man Soul. So that's the inner loop, and you can pick up a pot with it, or you can pick up the handle with your hand and use that to pour it. Nicely done. This is the edge we had to work on, but she can pick up a whole cast iron pot, tilt it side to side. Same thing for a pan. Well done. Can you pick up that bowl? Oh. Set your iron on it. You can also set a Dutch oven or hot skillet on it. Yep. And then this one uses a longer handle, so she can pick up a full tray of marbles or a pie. And then go show her on the... So these are for old stoves. Hang on. Pull it out. So these have these notches in here, and you can take the long end. Well done.
And it's also a meat.
There you have it, the Thayers multi-tool. It works as advertised. It works pretty well. And if William Thayer was alive today, I think he'd be really proud of this product and happy to see them getting made again and used again. One thing I haven't said is that now that these are not cast, they are out of a solid piece of mild carbon steel, modern day steel. These are not as brittle and easy to break as some of the original cast ones. If you drop this on a pad of concrete, you're not going to break it. You're going to chip your concrete. If you drop an original one, there's a good chance, depending on how it lands, it's going to break. So in a lot of ways, these are much better than an original. Although we are not claiming that they are originals, we're just claiming they're reproductions, which they obviously are, but they still work as advertised, and we're super proud of them. They're on our Etsy store. I'm going to link that down in the video description. If you want one, you can go over there and buy it, which is the best way to support my videos and my small business. Thank you, everyone.